it's very early and it was closed. The it's very
Mm,
early here and it was closed. And I have to search the person who has to open the
mm,
office and sorry.
no problem. So actually what I was doing is I was creating a mind map for you
Uh-huh.
for CASSP. What will be the syllabus will be covered. So today we will discuss on the. See, I already know about you, so I don't want to discuss about your educational background, IT experience, because I know you for long. So what I am thinking is I'll directly go to the syllabus, and we will start the syllabus one by one. Okay.
Okay.
And as usual, I have created the collaboration page. In the collaboration page, you can see that I have created this. I have shared last one. Yeah, I have shared the book and some cheat sheets. Okay, for
I
CASSP.
I think I download this documentation
Mm,
last time that you opened me the page that you
mm.
yes.
Okay, if you now I today I added some cheat sheets, and the book is this is the book. This book I think you already downloaded. Okay, this book.
Okay.
So we are going to cover this full book. Okay, the
Okay.
full book is having thousand pages. Okay, so we'll try to cover the full book.
Mhm.
Okay, we'll go run through the full book one time. So that's it. That is our course syllabus. Now to understand what is CASSP, why CASSP is important, and who is the audience for whom CASSP will be really useful, right? So that all we'll discuss first. So then you will understand that importance of CASSP and how where to use that.
Mhm.
See, CASSP is a advanced course. Okay, CASSP. What is the full form of CASSP?
What is the
Full form of
full form?
CASSP, Certified Information. See, what happened was so many certifications started coming. Okay, so
Mhm.
many certifications started coming about security. Now which certification people will study in the world? So people don't know what to study. Every certification they say we are the best certification. Then CASSP came. The organization is developed by um, organization called IESC. Okay,
Mhm.
right. So what they did is they actually came with a standard. What standard? ISO standard. ISO standard course and the certification. So when you certify this or if you, when you study this course, you will actually you will have a you can say anybody in the world will understand. Okay, you are CASSP. Yeah? Okay, you are good. They will accept you. Understand? So ISCs came with a standard certification, globally standard certification like ISO standard course and certification, where which will be useful for whom? For for CEOs. Now you are a CEO, you want to become a CEO, or you want to become a security VP, security vice president, or you want to become a CSO, chief security officer, like that. Higher management, understand?
Mhm.
Higher management. So they must study CASSP. You understand who for whom it is, and if you are going to be a security security consultant, if you are going to become a security consultant, okay, or you want to become a security auditor, or you want to become a security architect, design architect, you're going to design the security, right? They must study this course. This course is not for SOC engineer or L1 engineer, penetration tester. No. For them, this course will not help, because this course is going to give you everything about security end to end. Do you understand?
Yes.
So this is pure theory course. And one more, this course is, it is basically the course syllabus is 8 domains. 8 domains. I'll tell you what are the 8 domains, and the duration is 5 days or 40 hours. Okay. When I was working in IBM, as a consultant, okay, I attended this course 2000, I can say 2003. How many years back? Some 20 years back. Okay, 18 years back. I attended this course for 5 days because I was a consultant in IBM. So it is mandatory for us to study this, attend this course. Okay, as a consultant. So I attended this course for 5 days. So in the 5 days they had covered the topics. So what all the 8 domains? That time it was 10 domains. That time when I was studying in that time it was 10 domains. Then I was teaching these courses in universities as a guest lecturer. I was a guest lecturer in universities. That time I used to teach these courses. That time it became 8 domains. So now, till you can say like till 2021, it is 8 domains only. Okay. It was 10 domains. They moved it, now make it 8 domains. Now duration is 5 days. It is only theory course. And we'll have multi-choice questions, MCQ. MCQ means multi-choice questions. So we will have a lot of question answer sessions in this. We'll be having some pre-assessment tests. Assessment test we'll do. Every domain, every chapter we finish, we'll do one assessment. Then we go to next chapter. Like that, the course will move. You understand? You understand, right?
Yes.
This is the way we need to study the course. The course is only theory. Okay. Labs. And to make it interesting, what I will do, I will have some exercises. And I'll have some quiz. Okay, so it will become more interesting. Otherwise, you feel very bored, no? We're just discussing same thing, no English. You feel bored actually. So what I will do, what I recommend is, you please participate, as like we both are going to study lot of things. Okay, and you need to be open, and you need to start learning lot of things. Just start learning. Then I will give a cheat sheet. Okay, so this is called cheat sheets. You can see that. So this is nothing but the consolidation of all the topics in one or two pages. Domain level. Understand?
Okay.
So this is like, finally you can just go and verify it if you want to verify it. Anything you missed out. Understand, no?
Yes.
The cheat sheet. So the cheat sheet I created, I added in my website. So you can use this cheat sheet for what do you call, reviewing or refreshing yourself. Understand? So now in the course, just come through with me. Try to understand all the topics what we are discussing, and try to answer this Q&As. That is enough. Don't put too much effort in memorizing everything. Don't memorize everything. Understand the point, right?
Yeah.
Understanding is important. No memory. It's not like you have to memorize it. Okay, because understanding, because so many things are there, you can't memorize it. Try to understand it. Keep the cheat sheet with you when you are communicating. For example, you're going for an interview or you're going to communicate, just run through one time your cheat sheet. You will understand, you will remember everything. Understanding is important, because in 40 hours you can't be expert in everything. Like, see, without seeing anything I can talk, because I'm teaching this for last 20 years. Difference understood, right? You cannot remember all these things, because I'm doing this, so I'm able to remember easily. I can talk all these things. But for you as a beginner, just keep on collecting all the information and just try to understand all these things, then stop it. That's it. Don't worry about that too much about memorizing and all these things. Make sure that if there any questions comes, you're able to understand each and every point, every terminology, and able to answer that question. That much is important. You got it?
Okay. Yes.
So every day we are having 4 hours, right? 4 hours, right? 10 to 10 a.m. to
4 hours? No, 2 hours.
right? Is it right?
And
Hours or 2 hours? How you want?
maybe some days I will come to more hours, but every day 3 hours. No.
3 hours, huh?
Maybe
Okay.
someday I can't do 3 hours.
2 hours.
Because yes.
2 hours or 4 hours. Okay.
Okay.
Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Now this is one point. Okay, now 2 hours or 4 hours, Monday to Saturday. Sunday is off. Sunday I don't have class. Okay, Sunday
and
off.
Thursday and Thursday.
Yes,
you
yes.
Continue and Thursday.
Yes. My week off is, see what happening now. I'm taking a lot of corporate trainings. I'm doing military trainings. I'm going to Air Force. I'm
Always.
teaching.
You are busy always.
So I'm going to Air Force. Last I went to Air Force training for Pune, India only. But within India, I was traveling a lot of places. So next week, and I'm taking a lot of corporate trainings like SD-WAN, software defined networking, automation trainings. All these trainings I'm giving. So these trainings will keep on coming. So that's why they moved my week off from Thursday to Sunday now.
Okay.
Okay, now as of now, my week off is Sunday. So Sunday we will not have any class. So Monday to Saturday we'll have class 2 hours, max 4 hours. Okay. So total 40 hours, na? And my plan is to cover. Open the presentation. Yeah, this book. Okay, this book has total. How many? 21 chapters. So we are going to cover 21 chapters. So each book is ending with a review questions. So what we will do, we'll go through these chapters. We will finish this review question. So think like this, one chapter equal to 2 hours. Okay. One chapter will spend 2 hours. So we will have almost 20 chapters. Na? So 40 plus 20 into 2, 40 to 42 hours. Okay. We'll finish the course. Understand?
Okay.
You got it, na?
Yes, I got it.
So whenever we complete the chapter, we'll go with the question answer session. We'll go to this question answer session. You need to answer the question. If you have doubts in the question, we will clear the doubts. We'll clear these questions. Then we'll go to next chapter. So every chapter will end with some 20 questions. You got it, right?
Okay, I got it. One question. For the certification of this of the CISP, there are labs too, or no?
No. Like this only.
Only is this course is going to cover all the things that can appear in the certification exam.
Correct. Certification exam, these types of questions will come. You need to get the exam dumps. See, CISSP, I think I have. Let me check. Let me check. Just give me a second. CISSP. Okay. CISSP dumps. CISSP exam. CISSP put now. Okay. This is day wise. Yes, this is Kanpur. This is the dumps. Exam dumps. How, for example, okay, actual exams. This is the questions. Okay.
Okay.
Like this, you need to get the latest. This is some old one, but this you go through it because the till 8 domains is there. This is same 8 domains. Little bit here and the new questions will be added. So this I will share with you. I will download this. Open this. Okay. Okay. Now download CISSP2 load. Okay. Okay, so I added in that same page.
Okay. Thank you.
So you got this dumps also here. Exam dumps. So how the exam questions will come, you can go through it. So whenever you're going for the exam, for example, you're going for the exam like next month means you please get the latest dumps like this from Nagma or whoever you're applying in the exam, right? That exam center, they will share you the questions like this. You go through the questions and take the exam. Understood?
Okay.
So I gave you some sample questions like this. I think that's it now. Okay. So exams are like that. So exam, if you see CISSP exam. Exam. So there are a lot of things are there. CISSP exam. You must have worked in the domain. You must submit the certifications like you have how many years you have worked in this domain. In 8 domains, 2 domains you must be working in the field. Okay, there are so many eligibilities are there. You got it? CSP exam eligibilities are there. See, it's not easy to pass the exam. Okay.
No, I'm sure.
So there are a lot of eligibilities are there, and eligibility you need to satisfy. Then you'll get the exams. I will show you that. Experience required. Okay, now take some time to come. Edit come. So we will go through this. Okay, so the eligibilities are, for example, in 8 domains. No, 8 domains you need to have 2 domains, 4 years experience like that. They will to show you that. See, minimum in 8 domains, 2 or more domains you must have experience. Understand? 5 years experience in this 8 domains. Then only you are able to apply the exam. You got it now? Okay. This is the prerequisite. In the 8 domains, 2 domain you must work. Exam prerequisites. So a candidate must submit the minimum of in that total you must have minimum 5 years experience in the 2 or more 8 domains. Understand? Okay. So this is your prerequisite, And the exams are like exam, what do you say? Exam pattern. It's here. Simply learn. Simply learn. The other guys are not coming. Okay, simply learn. If you see, how many questions are there?
250.
250 questions. And the passing score is 700 of 1000. 6 hours exam.
Okay.
But multi choice only.
I will study a lot. But maybe in 3 months or 4 months, I will prepare the exam now.
When you are preparing the exam, you please go through that latest dumps, exam dumps. Okay. So like if you go to this I told you the prerequisites. This is here. I'll send you this. This is the what I'm saying. Okay. See, you must have minimum 5 years of the 2 or more domains. You got it, no? Then only you can pass the exam. You got it?
Okay. Okay. Perfect.
So this is your syllabus. Now what we are going to do, we are going to study, we will focus only on one book. See, my way of learning teaching is, we will fix one book. We will not go through all the Google search. We will take one book, finish the full book. Next, you want to study any book, let's take another book. For example, CASSP, so many books are available. CASSP books, if you see now, if you want to buy a book, 9th edition is there, see, latest one. Practice guides and bundles are there. Okay.
There are different versions. In which version?
Different versions are there. So many versions will keep on coming. So what we need to do is, we need to be very clear which one we need to study, right? And take one book and finish it. Now I'm going to take 7th edition. 7th edition I'll finish. Then what is the difference in 8th edition? 2 more topics will be extra. You got it. 9th edition, 2 more topics will be extra. Daily one or two daily 1 or 2 months. No, in that 8 domains, 2-3 topics keep on adding. You got it, na? It will happen every time. It will happen. You got it? Okay. So whenever you're going to study, the exam, you need to take this. For example, this book is 9th edition. One book is there, you see. So this book you buy. You want to buy if you're going for the exam. Okay. Sean Harris. This guy, she's a good author. Sean Harris. Okay. You try to buy this book. Okay, I'll share you this book. So go. We are studying 7th edition, right? Now you can go, and when you are going for the exam, you just buy one book, 9th edition. In that, all the topics theory will be same. Only thing will be the exam questions. No, practice exam questions will be new questions. You got it. Questions will be new questions, so it will be useful for you too. So you have to follow this. Okay, this book, for example, you can take this Amazon book. Okay, 9th edition, latest book it is. So keep on getting added. Now Walter. So what I will do is, I will not go through this. I will take one book. I'll finish the whole book. Okay. After that, I'll run through the syllabus. Anything missed out. That's it. Got it, na?
Okay. Yes.
That's it. Unnecessary. We don't need to struggle on multiple books. And whenever going for the exam, you buy one latest book like this. Now, when you are planning for exam, 10th edition came, buy 10th edition. You understand? But that will help you for see what are the new things are added. That's it. One book you buy, read cover to cover, and go through all the questions, and possibly try to buy one. This one. What is that? Exam dumps. Exam dumps. I'll tell you where to buy. CASSP exam dumps. Okay. Exam dumps. Like exam topics. Now see, this is your exam questions. So how many questions are there in this? October 4. Okay, recent, right? Very recent. In that they have questions they are given. Okay, you can go through these questions and give answers. So this is the way you practice the exam. Understand? And you can buy this dumps questions also. It's available. You can pay money and buy also. Otherwise, you just go through these questions and practice. So this is your daily practice. You understand? You're able to understand, right? So for exam point of view, what you have to do? You need to take these steps of. I'll give you this link. You can start practicing these Q&As. So 250 questions will come 6 hours. So if you keep on practicing like this, okay, you're able to find the right answers for everything, then automatically you can pass the exam. You got it? So this is your exam point of view, preparation. And you can buy actual exams. Actual. You can pay money and buy in this. What I shared with you, no? That is this one. What I shared with you, I'm sharing with you, right? This is some price one. You got it now? Some $59. This is I am sharing with you now. But it is old. What I shared was old one. So new one, if you take, you can get the latest dumps that time. So total 990 questions are there in this. So in mine also, if you see how many questions are there, what I shared. 873 pages. So it's too much it is. So it is having here also we see 1000 questions are there. Okay, so 1000 almost 1400 questions are there. Understand? So it's a what I'm trying to say here is CASSP is a huge syllabus. Syllabus is huge. Okay, that is the main point. Exam is multi-choice questions only, but lot of things are there. You need to study. That's it. You got the idea?
Yes.
Okay, I think I covered everything. Any other questions related to books, syllabus, topics? All good?
All good.
Voice is very low, you.
Yes.
Hello?
Now
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Your voice is very low for me.
And now?
Now also low, very low.
Now better? Can you hear me better now?
I'm able to hear you, but the voice is very low, not volume is very low. Okay, let's start.
Now, can you hear me better?
I'm okay, a little bit okay, but not in the full volume. We used to have full volume, no? That is first.
Full value. Yes, I mean full. Maybe it's the heat.
Now it's coming clear. Yeah, now I'm getting the value. Maybe you are in office, no?
Yes, I mean maybe
now,
the handset has some problem or something.
Yeah, now it's okay. I'm able to hear you. Okay, let's write down the first start from that. Any questions from your side? All good?
All good.
Okay, good. Let me send you this. Yeah, you're saying something?
No, that we can start.
Yeah. Thank you. So let me send you this. Okay. Now today, how many hours you want to take? 2 hours or 4 hours?
Today, I'm not sure. Depends on the. Today I don't have any meeting, but
Meeting. Okay.
But if something goes wrong today, I have to stop
So
before.
where is your you are from which country?
What?
Country, Spain, na?
Yes, I'm from Spain.
In time. Opening is in
Tomorrow, I will come to be 4 hours. Tomorrow.
This is tomorrow. Now it's 7 o'clock there.
Yes.
So 2 hours,
My
9
daily
o'clock.
Yes.
9 o'clock your office starts, correct?
Yes. Now
So
my office starts at 7:30.
okay.
But I'm going to take 2 hours of my my timing of the office because at the end this course is for do my job better, and I can take some hours of my timing of the office.
Okay, very good. Let's start. Now let's start from the topics. First, what are the 8 domains of CASSP? From there we'll start. The first domain is called security and risk management. Second domain is called asset security. Third domain is called security architecture and engineering. Fourth domain is communication and network security. Fifth domain is IAM, identity and access management. Sixth domain is security assessment and testing. So seventh domain is security operations, daily operations, day-to-day operations. Last eighth domain is secure software development security. Now this is ISC's ka how they are dividing the security into 8 domains. Same way EC Council we studied. Remember? EC Council, how it is divided? How they divide the security, cyber security domains? Okay, let me write down that also. So it's easy to compare with you. Okay, now in cyber security domains, first we have network security. What course comes in network security? Course is CND, right? Then we have attacks and vulnerability assessment and vulnerability assessment and attack methods. So what course we studied for this?
Vulnerability.
CH. That's it. Okay. Now next is penetration testing. Penetration testing. What course we studied? We studied EC, nowadays CPENT. ECSA was there, now it will become CPENT, certified penetration tester, right? CPENT, PENT. Then we have LPT, licensed penetration tester, right? Now third what we study, we have to study is forensic investigation. This is investigation. What course we studied for that investigation? CHFI, right? Next fourth domain is we studied is SOC. You studied SOC, right? CSA. Then what you studied? You can study ECIH. You can study EDRP, something like that. So these all are the different courses you can study in SOC, right? The
Right.
fifth module is software security. So if you study EC Council course, right, you will be becoming that particular domain engineer, right? You understand the difference here. Now, when I'm
Yes.
going to teach you SOC, I am teaching you to become your SOC analyst, SOC engineer. But all these topics we are going to learn in one course, that is CASSP. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And this is not for the fresher. This is for the management and higher consultants. You
Okay.
got the idea, na?
Yes, yes, yes. I got the idea.
That's very important. So .NET,
Yes.
what are the courses we have? Java, HP, Python. Then last domain is 6 is governance. Governance we have course. Okay, governance means our this one.
Compliance.
CIS is CISO. What
Mm.
is that full form? The full form is EC Council programs, right? If you get that programs, you'll see that CCISO, Chief Certified Chief Information Security Officer. So why I am telling this is, for example, you want to study on particular technology, how to do it in day-to-day life, then you need to take these courses. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
These courses is going to take each topic 40 hours and tell you how to do it, that in the how to implement that, right? But that is practical. These all are practical courses. You got it now?
Yes.
Now the governance is there, no? The governance course. This governance course is equal to CASSP. CCISO is there, no? That is equal to CASSP. Clear?
Clear.
Okay. Now I'll ask some questions. You try to answer this. You can answer in chat window also. Okay, if you're not able to speak, pronounce that properly. So first tell me what we will study in network security. What we will study in network security. You can answer in chat window also.
Network security. We study in the network security all the security that we have to apply to the network. But the CND, I didn't do the CND.
Okay, I will tell you. So CND is basically you study firewall, IPS, AAA, WSA, ESA, firewall, IPS, WSA, and what else? Your you know what is identity and AAA? You heard about this? So firewall, you know.
Yes, yes, yes.
IPS, you know.
Yes.
AAA means what?
Yes.
Authentication, authorization, accounting, correct?
Correct.
That we will study identity and this. Web, WSA means web security, ESA means email security, right? Email security appliance, web security appliance. So these things you study in CND, like VPN.
Okay.
All these things you study in CND. Understand?
Yes.
Now CH, what you study? You know that vulnerability assessment, attacks. We studied that. Penetration testing. How do you penetrate? Did you finish ECSA? Right? We
Yes.
finished, right?
Yes, yes.
CHFA you are not taken, no? CHFA you are
No,
CHFA you are not
forensics,
taken.
no. No.
No. So
I
you
want
did
to do it,
you
but
did
I
C
didn't it.
you did CH, ECSA and CSA,
I
correct?
see it. Yes, correct.
Now you're doing governance track. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. So I understood. Now let's go to the next topic. Now if you same way, if you understand this, This in any doubt in this 6 domains, EC Council domain, clear?
Yes, clear.
Okay. Now, if you see this, the same thing, our CASSP also divided into 8 parts. Software, this is equal to SOC. Okay. Software is software, you know. This is equal to pen testing, PT. Understand? VAPT. You're getting the idea, na? Now.
Okay.
This is equal to your network security. Identity and access. Identity access management means your AAA, right? This is your CND. You understanding, na?
Yes, yes, yes.
This all comes under CND, right? And this is your asset management comes under governance. How do you protect your asset? Risk also comes under your governance. Got it?
I got it.
So same way we have divided this 8 tracks also in our ISC. Okay, now we are going to see one by one. Now the whole course 8 domains is divided into 21 chapters. How many chapters? 21 chapters. Let me write down one by one chapter for you. Okay. Now first chapter is security governance. Okay. Through principles and policies. There is a question here. What is governance? What is governance? Any idea?
Governance at the end is the compliance that you have to pass in an audit, or if you want that your company stay with in a ISO, no?
Okay.
The governance.
See, now
is the compliance.
governance means, let me write down here 3 things here. This is called G. Okay, GLM. Remember this. Governance, leadership, management. Okay. And finance, team members, and finally customer. Customer is coming from where? From society. You have a customer, right? Your company has a customers. So these customers are coming from your society, right? So this is the flow. Now what is governance? What is leadership? What is management? What is finance control? Finance control. Finance controller will be there, no? And what is team member? What is customers? One by one you understand. Governance is basically what it does is they built infrastructure. What they built? What is governance will do? They will build the infrastructure. So what is infrastructure? In your company, what you need to run a company? You need a place, you need a room, office, physical office. All these things who is doing? Governance has to do, right? Now second is the same governance will create policies, principles and policies. Principles and policies. You understand? Third step, they will enforce. Make sure that everybody follows that. Enforce the policies. Policies to who? To team members, right? So how they will enforce the policy? Now your company has created a policy. How they will enforce the policy to your team members? How do you enforce? How do you make sure that they are following that steps? Whatever company policy, how they will follow that?
If you don't do the things, they can.
Fine, you know, fine means
They
what?
can,
If you don't follow the traffic rules, the police will put fine. No, they'll charge, right?
yes.
So what is that? The government has a policy. That policy you need to follow. The policy is for your good only. You have to follow the traffic rule because you must not get any accident. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't follow that. How do they enforce you to follow that? If you cross the signal, if you don't follow the traffic rules, you will be punished.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
Punishment. Understand? So this is the way. This is the punishment, means depromotion, fine. Depromotion, you know, right? Promotion, depromotion. Promotion, you know? Promotion means L1 to L2 engineer. You are getting more salary. Depromotion means you are going down in the company. You are a manager. You become a engineer because you did some mistake. The company punished you, depromoted you.
Yes.
You understood?
Yes. Yes.
So this is the way. The company will enforce the policies. Clear?
Clear.
Are you able to understand this?
Yes, I understand.
This is the first topic. In the first topic, the first chapter, what we are going to study is in our CASSP is what are the how the security governance will be done through principles and policies. Clear? What is the leadership will do? This is your CEO, for example. CEO will create all these things. What is the leadership will do? Like your manager. The leader is the manager, right? What he will do?
To motivate that you do well your job.
Yes. He will help you to achieve the vision and mission. What he will do? He will help you to achieve the vision and mission. Vision and mission. He will tell you, okay, this is our plan. We're going to do this. So please focus on this. We'll do this like that. What all things he want, he will talk to the management and get the details and done. Understand? And what is the manager will do? Management will take care of daily operations. See, daily operations is taken care by manager. What leader will do? A leader will know the mission and he knows the vision where to go. He will guide you towards that. Okay, this is your vision. Please go through that. Okay, you are doing this. Very good. Now you please focus on this part. Like that, he will guide you properly to reach the vision. Understand?
Yes.
Lead you to the right path. Now, what is finance controller doing? Budget. Say no budget. Okay. You got it, nah?
Yes.
So like that. So budget, all this money related things, customer budget, layoff. Why they are doing layoff? Employee layoff they'll do, right? You know that?
Layoff. No, I'm searching.
Layoff means they will send you home. No job. Go.
Yeah.
Right? You're seeing that?
Yes.
Why they are doing that? Because the finance, to manage the finance, control the finance, money, wealth, they need to send some people home. Okay? Because the company has to run, right? So they keep on doing this layoff. Understand?
Yes.
So these all are the job of. So now we are going to study what is the governance of the security governance, how the security governance will be done through what? through principles and policies. Okay. Now, first question. Okay, let me put this. Done. Let's start one by one now. I'm not going to do that. Let us start that topic first. Okay, where is mind map? Yeah, let's start. Now I'm going to start with one by one. Okay.
Okay.
First, we are going to study. First topic in this one is what is CIA? Any idea?
I know what is the Central Intelligence Agency.
That you know.
But
Okay.
I don't know what is.
This is very important. Confident. Okay. Now I will tell you confidentiality, integrity,
Availability.
and availability.
Okay.
Now availability. Okay. Now what is this basically? Basically, CIA is nothing but like, you know, how this world is created, the whole world is created. The world, how the God created the world. He used 5 elements. You know that 5 elements? Like, how do you write down? World, 5 elements. So in these 5 elements only, the whole world is created. What are they? Earth, air, you know this?
Yes.
Water,
Fire, water.
fire, something like that, right? So whatever material you see in creation in this world, right? They all comes under this. They are all used these 5 elements and created, correct? Same way, security is created by 5 elements. What are they? So security, information, particularly write down information, security, okay, security elements. This is the topic. Now, this information security created, whatever you talk about information security, they all comes under this 5 elements. What are they? They are nothing but this confidentiality. Understand? Confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Fourth one is authenticity. And the fifth one is non-repetition. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about first these 3. This 3 is called a CIA triad. What is this we call? CIA triad. Triad means triangle. Okay, CIA triangle. We'll discuss on the CIA triad first, then we'll talk about next 2. So if you understand this 5, next whatever security you're going to study, all are created by these 5 elements only. You understand how the world is created by 5 elements? Same way the information system is created by these 5 elements only. Okay, it's equal to, this is equal to OSA model. OSA model 7 layers, you know. OSA model 7 layers.
Yes.
Same way, this is security model. Security model, CIA triad. Okay.
Okay.
Let's start CIA model, CIA triad. Okay, so what do you understood about CIA? Confidential means what do you know? Any idea or no idea? Anything you know you can explain? confidentiality. I'll try to explain you. Okay, fine, no problem. Let's start this first. First, confidentiality means
is that the information is accessible. No?
Information is
Those who are the confidentiality is for assurance that the information is accessible. Those who are authorized to have access.
correct.
Only
Very
for
good.
person who is authorized to
Correct.
access to this.
Very good. Very good. So who can access that data? Right? Only authorized person can access the data. So now this data has two types. What are they? What are two types of data? So confidentiality means you give the answer. Who can access data? Data. That's it. Let's stop it here. Okay, it's simple. Now this data has two types. What are they? Data types. Okay, this we'll discuss. Now, before that, let me put one small topology here to discuss this topic. Now see here, there is a PC available, PC1. PC1 want to send data to PC2. Right? Now it is going via a switch. SW1, R1, R2, switch and router, and through internet. Now there are two types of data is there. One is data in rest. Another one is data in transit. We call the two types of data. Data in rest, data in transit. Let us write down this. Data in rest. Second one is data in transit. So what is data in rest? For example, in this PC, in the hard disk, you have one data. This data what we call data in rest. Now PC1 is sending a data to PC2. What we call this data, which is traveling.
Transit.
It's going like this, and coming here like this, and coming here like this, and coming back. So this data which is traveling from here to here, we call it as data in transit. Understand?
Yes.
Now this data in transit, some places they say data in motion. Both are same meaning, don't get confused. Data in motion or data in transit, both are same. Now in this data in transit, data in motion, right? This data, now we are going to discuss about these two types of data. One is data in rest. So what is the attacks will happen in data in rest? What do you think? What all the attacks can happen in data in rest? Attacks. How do I protect from this? Tell me.
Information leak.
Is that?
Attacks for
data in rest.
For example, a brute force.
Brute force.
Brute force to.
So what is the countermeasure for? What is the countermeasure for that? How do you protect from this brute force attack? Brute force attack means there is an algorithm like John in the Ripper. Tool name is John in the Ripper. Like that we use some tools, John in the Ripper, like this tools, and we will do the brute force attack. So this is password guessing attack, correct? It will guess the password and find the password. Log in and find out. So now this password guessing attack algorithm is running. So how do I protect from these types of attacks? What is the countermeasure?
For brute force, to put a firewall in perimeter. No, brute force.
Firewall. Okay, insider attack means what you'll do?
What?
Insider attack. Outsider firewall will protect. Insider means?
Okay.
Insider means
Insider
you are
that
here. The attacker
the
is
attack
sitting here.
is inside. Okay.
The attacker is sitting here.
You have to countermeasure.
What do you do? How do you protect?
We use a certificate, and we use the encryption, the data.
See, certificate, encryption, all are for data in transit. Now this guy is going to log into your system. So how do you protect from this? Is you need to put a strong password policy. What do you need to put?
Yes.
Strong. This is the answer. Understand? Strong password policy. Saying that the policy has the password has to be minimum 8 digits, alphanumerical, and capital letter, one special character. Complexity you have to keep on increasing. So these types of algorithm will fail or difficult to achieve. Understand? Don't use dictionary words. Don't use common words. Old last three passwords. Don't put it again and again. Like there's so many algorithms you can write down. So many policies you can write down. So according to the policies, the password will be created. So then it is very difficult to do the brute force attack. Understand?
Okay, and two-factor for the authentication. It was countermeasure too.
Pardon me?
Another countermeasure could be double factor to.
Yes. Now after that, another this is identity and AAA. Okay, the next factor is what? I will put one server. Now whenever you're going to log into this machine, the machine is not going to authenticate. The machine is going to ask one server. What server? AAA server. Okay, identity and AAA server. So what this server will do? As you said, multi-factor authentication. All these things are there. No. Server will take care. For example, Cisco is having a server called ICE. Identity Service Engine. So if you install this software and you configure this, what it will do? Now when you log into the server, the PC will send a request to this guy. Sir, there is a guy called Kumar. He want to log into my machine. Shall I allow him or not? Okay. I will say, okay, I will send one OTP to him. What I will send? I will send one OTP to him. Okay. So OTP he will send to this AAA server, send OTP to Kumar. So Kumar in the Kumar mobile he'll get an OTP. Okay. Then that he has to put the OTP in the login. Then only he can able to log in. Understand?
Yes.
These all are called what? AAA identity and AAA servers. So this is two-factor authentication, three-factor authentications. Correct? First factor is username password. Second factor is OTP. Like that. You got it, na?
Yes, I would.
So this is the different way of protecting your brute force attacks. Next. So now, what is the countermeasure, or what is the attack happens in data in transit? What we call that attack?
That man in the middle. Example.
Your voice is becoming very low.
Man in the middle.
Very good. Man in the middle. Very good. MITM. Okay. Now what I will do? I will do the sniffing and eavesdropping. This is the attack. Eavesdropping. So the technique is man in the middle. Eavesdropping the data. Now, how do I protect from this man in the middle attack?
The traffic for it has to be encrypted to transfer the.
The answer is encrypted. Okay. So encryption, I can say. Okay. Now next question comes is what is encryption?
Encryption is that the data is not in plain text. It has you put some algorithm in the data that change the text.
Plain text to ciphertext. Correct?
Correct.
Now what are two types of encryption we have? Symmetrical, asymmetrical. Right? What is the symmetrical means? Same key is used for encryption and decryption. Asymmetrical is key pair used for encryption and decryption. This is clear, right? You know this, right?
Yes.
I'm not repeating it because we know all these things.
Yes,
So
yes.
now in this assignment we use same key here. Here we use key pair. So what is the key pair here?
Public.
What?
Yes. The public and the private.
Private and public, right? So how do you share a public key? Private key is not shared. How do you share a public key?
How we share? Oh, okay. We use another encrypt PGP or no?
No. In which
Or
form you share? In which form you
by
share public?
another media.
No. See,
Public.
public key is shared via digital certificate.
Oh, digital.
Okay. Understand?
Okay.
Now I want to share my public key to you. What I will do? I will go to a CA, certificate authority. I will give the certificate. I will give my public key. He will put the public key, my details, everything in a certificate and sign and give to me. Understand? Sign and give to me. Then I will give the certificate to you, which is signed by a public CA. Signed by a CA. Issued by CA. Correct?
Yes.
A certificate authority, like your passport. Now you got your passport. That is your identity, right? Now you are coming to India. You are saying I am Hume Printer. So what is your? How do you prove it? You are the Hume Printer. How do you prove it? You show your passport. Then the passport is issued by whom? Passport authority. Correct?
Yes.
So now this authority has a validity. The passport has a validity. Visa has a validity. So this all whatever they are issued is not permanent. They will give you for 3 years, 10 years, 5 years like that. So after that you need to renew the passport. Same way now PC1 is giving certificate his public key to PC2. Think like this. PC1 is having a private key. He is giving the certificate to this guy public key. PC1's public key want to share. So how do you share? How do you share his public key to PC2? He will share this public key details to a share a public key details to whom? To a CA. Understand? There is a CA like public CA. Example, tell me who is the public CA? Any public CA you know?
Public CA.
Like
Yes,
for example, take this example here, EC Council. So EC Council has shared his public key with me. So I'm using his public key and encryption, decryption is happening. This page is encrypted page, okay?
Yes.
When the data is transiting, data is encrypted, okay? Now how I am decrypting and seeing this? I have EC Council server's public key, okay? You understand?
Yes.
Now, how do I know? How do he proves that this I am EC Council public key? How do he proves it? So he sends a certificate to me. It says that this is my public key, sir, and it is issued by who? Cloudflare. This is my public CA. Understand?
Yes.
Okay. So the details. So if you see the details inside this, you can see public key. And this is the public key. Clear?
Yes, clear.
So using this public key only, I'm decrypting and seeing this page, this web page in a plain text. Now this EC Council server, he has given this public key to who he has given this is given to issuer. Issuer is Cloudflare. He has given to Cloudflare. So Cloudflare has put it in a certificate and he gave to me. Okay, what it is doing proves your identity to the remote computer, ensures your identity to the remote computer. Understand? The identity for the certificate is used for what? Intent for what? To prove your proof for your identity. This EC council. You clear?
Yes.
So this is called a way certificate is used. Certificate used for encryption and decryption and identity also, to verify your identity also. Clear na?
Yes.
So the protocols are triple DES, AES. What are the protocols here? RSA, Diffie-Hellman, ECC, like that. Multiple protocols are there. Okay. Now this guy is using what protocol? This is GTS and public key. ECC. What protocol they're using? ECC. ECC is the asymmetrical encryption protocol. Clear na?
Yes.
Okay, so that's it. So let's go back to next. So what is integrity?
Integrity is that the information when you transport the information is the same data that it was in the in the origin. When
Correct.
it arrives to the destination, is the same data that it was sent from the origin.
Correct. So who can change the data? Data original data, change the data, right? Correct na?
Yeah.
So what is the attack? Attack is same attack. You can take man in the middle. And what is the countermeasure?
Sorry.
Any idea?
Yes, but a countermeasure of
Okay, I'll tell you.
integrity.
I'll tell you the name. Hashing.
Okay, yes, hashing.
Hashing. So what is hashing?
Hashing is to put a code in the the data is transformed with an algorithm that has a code. Not a code. The same data is transformed to another data, but you have to put this algorithm to see that
See,
it's the same.
basically, correct. I got it. So basically what you are saying is you're putting the data in this algorithm and that algorithm will give you a fixed code. Okay. That is hashing. So now this is my hashing algorithm. So I'll put this is my funnel hashing algorithm. Example, what are the algorithms we have? MD5, SHA, right? Like this. So now I'm going to put this CRC. All are algorithms, okay? Hashing algorithms. Now I'm going to put this data inside this, our fixed data. Whatever data I'm going to send, input data. What will happen? Data if I put, it will give me a fixed length code. What it will give? Fixed length code. See, I'll give an example for this. So let us take one simple example diagram. So you can just have a lot of online hashing algorithms, hashing calculators, for example. Just open something. Let's see. So what is the algorithm here? So I'm going to put a data now. What is the data I'm going to put? For example, let us open some website. Let us open my website. Okay. Okay. Now let us take this. Yeah. Copy this. I'll put it in the algorithm. This is the input data. Okay. Fine. Now I'm going to use this MD5. Right. I'll hash this. Okay. This is the hash code. Understand?
Yes.
Now I'll copy this hash code. In between what happened? Somebody changed the data now. What they did, they just removed this one small change. They removed this and put dot. Okay. They changed small change. Now again I'll run this. This same hash code came. So what happened now? Hash code matched. No, right?
No, it's different.
So this is called what? Hashing. So what is hashing is if you give input data like this, if you use these algorithms, for example, I'm going to use SHA-256. This is the SHA-256 hash code. The more and more bigger you go, more and more it will be what do you call too much complicated. It will become Whirlpool. This is Whirlpool. See, understand?
Yes.
The more and more bigger you go, that will give more and more complicated, bigger and bigger size, difficult to crack. Okay, so what is the point here is? What is the point here is? I'm going to use this hashing concept and I'm going to make sure that the data is corrupted or not. For example, my hash code is 0x123. I'm sending a data. I'm sending a data from, for example, okay, I'm sending a data from R1 to R2. So this is my data. With this data, I'm going to use this algorithm. What is the hashing algorithm? I'm going to use MD5. Right? So it is generate. If I put the data into MD5 algorithm, the MD5 will give me a fixed hash code 0x123. Now what I will do, I will put this also with my data and send the data. Now the data is traveling with my hash code. It came here, going from here to here. It R2 received. Now what R2 will do? R2 will again run the same algorithm, MD5. And he will generate the same hash code. And match these two received algorithm and generated algorithm, received code and generated hash code. Both codes it will match. He will match. R2 will match. So if it is same means yes means valid. No means invalid. Clear? Is it clear now? How the hashing is used for checking the integrity? Hello?
Yes.
You are you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Your voice is very low. I'm not able to hear you. Are you there? I think headphone, some issues there.
Can you hear me now?
I'm not able to hear you at all.
Okay.
Is it my mistake or your mistake? Let me check the audio. Oh, mine is okay. Test my audio. Speaker audio settings. Hello.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Mine is okay, you. My sound is okay. I have no problem. Your voice is very low. I'm not able to hear you.
Hello, hello. My device is okay too. I don't know what happened. Can you hear better?
Okay, a little bit. I'm able to hear you now.
Now, can you
Hello.
hear me better? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Yes, yes. Tell me.
Hello, Prem. How are you?
Now I'm okay. Now it's okay. Little bit okay. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me. Yes. So integrity is clear.
Yes.
Hashing is clear.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Now there is a next step in hashing is, see what will happen if a hacker is started, he understands that you're going to compare with the hash code, right? So hacker is going to change the hash code also. What he'll do? Hacker is changing the not only data, changing the hash code also. So when you match, when you compare, it will match like that. He will do. How do you protect from this attack? You understand this question?
If the hacker change the hash code.
Now hacker understood that when I change the data, you're going to run the algorithm and compare this. So I will change the data plus I will change the hash code. So whatever hash code you are going to compare, it will match like that. I will change the hash code and send you. I'm not going to change only data. I'm going to change the hash code also. So when you compare, it will match like that. I will put the right hash code and send you. For change the data, I'll generate the hash code. I'll put the change the data hash code and send you. So how do you now countermeasure this attack? Do you understand the question?
Yes, the countermeasure of, of the attack that the hacker changed the hash code. I don't know which
Yeah,
countermeasure.
the answer I'll write down here. The answer is HMAC. HMAC. Okay. So what is HMAC is, this time I'm going to have a plain text. Plain text. I want to generate a hash code, right? So to generate the hash code, this time I'm not going to use only algorithm. I'm going to put this plain text. I'm going to put it with the algorithm like hashing algorithm. Hashing algorithm, example MD5 plus one pre-shared key. What I'll add? This pre-shared key. This pre-shared key is not shared in the internet. So this is already shared with R2. Now what R2 will do is, whenever you want to generate the algorithm, it will use this pre-shared key. For example, the pre-shared key is like Cisco. Okay, this Cisco is like a password. It is generated in the password. CASSP. Right? So this pre-shared key is generated, right? Understand this key I'm not going to give in internet. I'm not sending in internet. So when R2 is receiving it, he will go to generate the hash code. He will use extra one key. So the hacker will not have this key, right? So he cannot generate the hash code. Understood?
Yes.
This is the solution for if the hacker is also changing the hash code. Clear?
Okay, clear.
So this is called what? CI in that integrity. Integrity clear. Next, availability. What is availability?
Availability is that the only the people who is authorized can access, and is always 20, always the service is always is giving the service that you need.
So
I don't-
24/7 access to data for authorized users, correct?
Mhm.
Right, that's it. Now, what are the attacks are there in this? Two types of attacks are there. One is
DOS.
man-made, nature-made, man-made. What is nature-made, man-made?
Okay, nature made, maybe an for one moment that I don't know who is in English.
Tsunami.
Yes, tsunami, for example.
Tsunami is nature-made, na? See, think like this: you have a data center. Suddenly, tsunami came. The
Flood.
whole data center went inside the water. Right? Right?
Yes.
Tsunami or twister. Twister will come in your area.
No.
So, what is the nature? Earthquake? You have seen
Twister.
earthquakes?
Yes, maybe. Some earthquake, yes, but not.
So, like that. So, earthquake, tsunami, twister, whatever. So, these all are called what? Nature-made attacks. Man-made DOS, DDoS. You know,
Yes.
man-made DOS. The goal is to stop the availability. Okay. So what is the countermeasure? How do you protect from this?
Having 2 devices, or high, having more devices.
Oh, more devices, okay, but the whole data center went inside. What you will do? Think like this. There is a there is a building. The whole building went inside. You kept 2 firewall also, redundancy also okay. You kept
High
fault
availability.
tolerance, redundancy. You need to have what?
High availability.
Okay, but high availability means 2 devices you are keeping, 2 firewall you are keeping, right? My
Yes.
question is the whole building went inside water. 2 firewall what? 3 firewall also you keep, the both all firewall
And
went inside the water. How
another
do you protect?
security contingency.
Hmm.
Security
You need to
contingency.
go for 2 things here. One is business continuity planning. Another one is disaster recovery planning. Okay, I'll tell you what is this two. Okay. This is the countermeasures for availability issue. Business continuity planning means, see, when a company completely went inside the water, it is not only technology going to protect the company. You need people also, correct? If some customer calls, people has to answer, no?
Yes.
Because
One
people
moment,
is
Prem.
there. Uh-huh.
Sorry, I need 2 minutes. One moment, sorry.
Yeah.
Prem.
No,
Prem, sorry. Yes.
no problem. You can.
Yes, we can continue.
Okay. So till now what we are discussing was AAA, CAA model, CAA triad. In the confidence, integrity, availability we are discussing. In availability, the countermeasures are two, BCP and DRP. BCP is mainly focusing on people and process. DRP is mainly focusing on technology. See, when a company goes inside the water or a huge, the company completely went inside a earthquake. There are people and process we need to run the company first. The process has to be properly handled and people. So for that, we'll create a backup call center or some other company. We will send all the calls to other companies. So some people can handle the calls. One. Second is technology. Technology means we will have what we'll have is we'll have a DR site. What is DR site? Disaster recovery site, backup site. So one primary site fails, no, same data center is replicated in another site called DR site. In this DR site, we have three types are there. One is cold, warm, and hot. Cold, warm, and hot. So what is mean by cold, warm, and hot? Cold means once the primary fails, that service will take 1 week to come. Warm means one day. Hot means immediate. Understand? Cold site means cold DR site means once the primary fails, secondary to come, it will take 1 week to come that service. So warm means it will take 1 day. Within 1 day, they'll bring that service up. Hot means immediately the service will come up. Understood?
Yes, yes.
So this is called the countermeasure for when the whole network or whole data center goes inside the whole company goes inside the like earthquake or like that completely goes down. DDoS means you can have a protected DDoS. There are some devices available, appliance available. You can buy and install that appliance for DDoS attacks. Okay, man-made. For man-made, we can easily use the DDoS protectors are available. For nature-made, we need to have a DR site. And it's not only technical, more people and process also we need to take care. Okay, BCP and DRP. Clear?
Yes.
Are you clear? Any questions?
Yes, yes, it's clear. No.
Okay. Now total we are discussing about 5 elements. What are the 5 elements I told you? Where is that? Yeah. Yes. So first we saw confidentiality, then integrity, then availability. Now authenticity and non-reputation. Okay. Let's understand that also. So authenticity means what? Authenticity means we are going to check the genuinity of the data, means source. Verify the source of the data. So source of the data I'm going to check. For example, I got the data, but the data is coming from original source or not, genuinity. Understand? So genuinity means what? Genuinity of the data. Genuinity means what? Genuinity. Genuinity means original, hence not counterfeit, false, not altered or altered. So genuinity means what? It is basically it's altered or not, original is or not, okay, like that. You got it, nah? So this is, for example, I'm getting I'm opening a web page. How do I know this web page is original web page, duplicate web page? Okay, you understand? How do I know it is original with duplicate website?
How we know for the certificate, the domain, some. No.
Okay. Okay.
the domain that we are visiting, the IP that is related in this domain.
Yes, so we use this digital signature for that. What we use? What we use?
Digital
Signature.
signature. Okay.
So this is the solution. So we use the digital signature. We use the digital signature for that. So this digital signature we will plan for this. Understood now? Okay. You got it, na?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So the digital signature means, you know what? We will take the what is digital signature means. Simple answer I'll give you. Digital signature. Digital signature means digital signature means encrypted hash code with the private key. What key? Private key. See, I'll explain you this. Very nice answer.
Electronic signature, no?
See, now you take this. I'm taking this example here. So now I have a hash code. What is this hash code? 0x123, right? So this hash code I'm going to encrypt with my private key. With my private key. Encrypt with the private key. So what I will get? What I will get? Okay. I will get a, for example, I'm getting 0x456. Okay, this is my digital signature. This is my digital signature. So what is digital signature? Nothing but I generated a hash code. This hash code, what I did? I encrypted with private key. Then whatever I get, right, that I call it digital signature. Got it? Now I will send this digital signature. I will send this digital signature with my data. Okay. Now what this guy will do to verify this? For example, let me put like this. Okay. Right. To verify this, I'll put it here. Now what will happen? What will happen? This guy will get the what he will get the same process he will follow. After this is done, this time he's not going to check he want to check the authenticity, not integrity. So what he will do, he will decrypt this with public key. Understand? Decrypt with the public key. What you will get again? What number you'll get?
0.
You understand?
Yes.
Again 0x123 will come. 0x123. So you have to match. We have to match. Then do you know this? Because this public key, private key is used, you are checking you are confirming with the authority. He is original. See, now public key, private key, who is giving? Public key, who is giving? CA. Now there is authority involved in this. So we know that he is original guy only. You got it, na? So now here, because of public key, private key, PK infrastructure is there, public key infrastructure is there, we can confirm that this public key is authorized, verified with a CA, right? See, how I'll get public key, private key? Through a CA, correct? So I'll go to CA and check, na? I'll ask him. See, I got a public key. He is original or duplicate. I'll check. I can verify with him, right? He is original or duplicate with my CA. You understand what I'm saying? So my authority, I have an authority where I can verify that this guy is original guy, duplicate guy. Understand?
Okay.
So what will happen because of public key, private key concept? I am checking the source of the. I am verifying the source of the. Understood? I'm verifying the source of the network. Clear now?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. So this is called what? Public key, private key. Clear na?
Yes, it's clear.
Clear?
Yes, yes.
So this is authenticity. Next is non-repetition. Non-repetition means, you know what? It's something like I am sending a data. I am sending a data, but you are saying no, I didn't receive the data. Or you are sending a data. After that you said no, I didn't send the data. Denying after sender sending the data. Or receiver receiving the data. You understand this point?
Yes.
Now how do you protect from this? I send the data, but you received it, but you are saying no, I didn't receive the data. Now how do I prove it that you saw the data, you received the data? Example, I'll tell you. In WhatsApp, there is a blue tick mark will come. You seen the tick mark? So what is this tick mark means?
That the receiver have received data.
Correct. So that is the countermeasure. See, if I go to WhatsApp, if you see this arrow mark here, if I open this message info, I'll know that when you delivered, when it got delivered to your mobile, and when you read also. Clear?
Yes.
This is the countermeasure for non-repetition. Clear na? Now tomorrow you cannot say no, I didn't read that message. Correct, right?
Correct.
I can't say that no, I didn't read that message. So I read the message, no? And I replied you also. This is non-repetition. Clear na?
Yeah.
Okay, this is basically the very foundation of our what do you call like OSI model. From this only everything starts. And do this. Now we will go through run through the book one time, then we'll take some questions, then we'll try to take some break. Okay, now 11, 12, 1, 10, 3 hours it is, right? 10 to 1 is 3 hours only, na? 11, 12, 1. That's it, 3 hours only. So 1 o'clock, no? Not 4 hours. 10 to 1 means how many hours? 11, 12, 1. 3 hours. Correct?
Correct. Okay, we finish now, no?
So 3 hours we'll finish. Okay, no?
Yes, yes, yes.
So 3 hours, okay. 2 to 3 hours will finish. We'll make it 3 hours. 4 hours is too much. You can't learn.
But no, tomorrow maybe for me it's possible to do 4 hours.
Tomorrow? Because you know what will happen is you'll get exhausted also. Because continuously learning now. That is also you have to see. That one is hours is point. Second one is too much if you learn also nothing will go inside. You start exhausting. Right? So that also we need to see that. 3 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours. We'll see. No issues. We will plan. Okay?
Okay.
As of now, 3 hours they are given. 2 to 3 hours we'll plan. If it time permits, we go more also.
Okay.
Okay, because we need to finish now 40 hours, we need to finish, that's it.
Okay.
Now, what to do now next? Okay, now we will do the, we'll start one by one now. Let us start. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to run through the book one time. What all the topics are covered. What all topics are covered. Then we will go for a question answers. So let's see. Let's open the pay this. We'll run through one by one. Now when you say confidentiality, there are some important terminologies are used. One, sensitivity. What is sensitivity?
I don't know.
Sensitivity means quality of the information. It is more sensitive. It can damage or not, right? How much confidentiality is there, right? How much it can damage the data information, right? Basically, it refers the quality of the information, right? So it's highly sensitive. Understand, right?
Okay.
One thing in confidentiality, the first aspects we can say. The first aspect is sensitivity, quality of the information. Second aspect is discretion. Discretion means what? Discretion means it's a what all the things we can do to protect the data, or you can say like discretion is an act of decision where an operator can influence or control in order to minimize the damage. So discretion means, see, okay, this is a confidential information. So how do you protect the data? How do you control this? Control the disclosure. Okay, you want to make sure that nobody has to disclose the data. So how do you do that? Act of control. Act of controlling disclosure. Disclosure means telling to others. So what act you will do? Tell me, how do you protect your data without nobody has to send note? You want to secure one data. You have to make sure that your team member must not share the data. So how do you protect the data?
Putting a password or something similar that protect it, and auditing that nobody.
See, putting a software, putting a password, that is all comes under here. Criticality. 1 minute. Criticality. And this is concealment. Right? Concealment, what you're saying, no, this is fine. What you're saying is right. So what is concealment? Act of hiding or preventing. You are putting a password or you are preventing from a password, so nobody can disclose the data. Okay, correct? Now, discretion means basically what you do, the same way you put a password under, or reduce that. So you just create one awareness program. What you can do? Awareness training. You can give one small training, for everyone. So you must not share your username passwords, whoever is calling and asking you username password, or they are sending mail and username password, you must not share your username password. You understand? Now what you're going to do is your username password, you are protecting from the password, you are hiding the password, encrypting the password is concealment. Understand? Concealment is a covering. But what is the act of reducing, controlling that disclosure is you can give trainings. Understand? One is you're giving training, so nobody will speak about that. They will not give their. See, one example I'll tell you. When I'm working as a consultant in a company, I was helping them. When I asked them the customer name, he is not telling. The engineer is not telling. The engineer is telling the problem. He's asking the solution. I'm giving the solution to him. But when I ask the customer name he is not telling. He said, no, the customer name I cannot tell. That is the discretion. Understand? They are trained like that. You understood?
Yes.
So discretion. The next one is secrecy. Secrecy means what? Secrecy means like act of keeping something a secret.
What?
Secret. Act of. See, you have to tell them this is a secret. Don't tell to anybody, right? How do you do that? You tell that guy like, see, this is very, very important thing here. Don't share this information to anybody. It's a secret information, right? Don't share like that. You tell no. So that is confidence. See, these all are aspects of confidentiality, right? Do you understand?
Yes, all of it.
You have to tell them, boss, this is secret message. Don't share. Same way, privacy. Privacy, you know, right? Privacy information, private information, you must not share with others. Correct? Like basically what we say privacy in our IT is personally identifiable information, PII. What is PII? Now your social security number, your Aadhaar, your credit card number, you know. That all are what? Privacy. You understand? Okay. Here what we are talking about privacy is which will be you are related to you, personally related to you only, identifying you. That information you must not share. Like they ask your OTP number, you will share, huh? Number you will not share, nah?
Yes.
And next is speculation. What is speculation? Speculation means you store the data. See, generally what they do when you are actually using when you are going to run your organization, you're going to run an organization. In that organization, what will happen? You will have a data. You will store the data in the same location where the other people are also using. So what you do, you keep the separate from that location. You create a separate network or separate branch. You store the data. You understand? You understood this?
Yes.
Location you are changing. What you're doing? Storing the data. I'll write down like this. Storing the data in different location. Okay. Simple answer. That is speculation. What is isolation? Isolation. What is isolation? Isolation means same location only, but you're isolating and keeping it. Understand? You're not going different location, but same location. What you're doing? Storing in a, like for example, you have this guest VLAN. You know what is guest VLAN? Guest network, guest portal. You heard about this?
Yes.
What is guest portal? See, your network only. When a guest is coming, you can put them in this portal so they can have only internet access. They can go to this VLAN and they can have the internet access only. Understand? They cannot come inside your network. There's isolated network. Understood? That is confidentiality. So confidentiality can be done in based on aspects. These are the important aspects when you consider in confidentiality. So first is sensitivity. What is the quality of the information and how do you reduce the disclosure? What is the criticality of the information? Like high, low, medium, right? What is criticality? Low, medium, high, critical, like that. So criticality you understand. Then how do you hide that information? By preventing, then what is this? How do you maintain the secrecy, privacy, speculation? You can sometimes you can do speculation, sometimes you can do isolation. Clear?
Okay.
Okay. Next we are going to discuss about. Next we are going to discuss about this one. The next topic is identity. The AAA. First, what is identification? Identification. Second is authentication.
Prem, sorry.
Today
I only can do
meeting is there?
2 hours. Can you hear me? Today I only can do 2 hours, not 3 today.
Okay, okay.
I have to finish yet. Tomorrow
Okay.
I will can do 3 or 4.
3 hours.
Yes, 3 hours.
Okay,
Okay,
very
for
good, very good.
tomorrow, three
No
hours.
problem, no problem, no problem. We'll stop it here. So we'll
Okay,
stop it here today. Today we'll stop it with we have finished the CIA model and we discuss about the all the components here. We'll stop it here. So tomorrow we'll continue with identification, authentication, authorization. So you're able to understand, right? Clear now?
yes, yes, it's clear. It's clear.
Okay, very good, very good.
Okay,
Let's follow tomorrow. Okay,
okay. Thank you,
okay.
Prem.
Take care, take care.
See
Bye.
you tomorrow. Bye.
Take care. Bye. Mm.